Seven Mitchell, I'm in the damn building. Happy Tuesday. We doing it live. We're here on Playback. Make sure y'all come on over to our Playback TV room. We got some shit going down this week. I'm just waiting for these guys to roll everything out. We got some brand new games that we're going to be playing here on Playback for Lakers Land. We're going to start things off with the Around the Horn. Y'all remember the show ESPN's Around the Horn? Well, Playback is actually implementing their own format and style of ESPN Around the Horn. It's called Around the Room. So it was supposed to be released today. I am talking to management right now to see exactly when they are going to be releasing it. Once they released it, I promise you, it's going to be so crazy. I already got contestants reserved for the first episode. So we just waiting for Playback to get things in motion, and then we going to do our thing. Shout out to everybody in Lakers land checking us out on YouTube as well as on Twitch, where we are simulcasting. Again, make sure y'all come on over and join the Playback TV room. Once the season start, we got VIP watch parties for all Laker games, free VIP watch parties for all the Laker games. So make sure y'all come and pull up with me and the fellas as we kick it. Open panels here in Lakers land talking about everything LA related. So there was two things that I wanted to talk about. I wanted to give a brief outlook on the Lakers' upcoming season because ESPN was very disrespectful. And I mean disrespectful. Predictable, but very disrespectful once again to the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm going to talk about that in a couple minutes. But first things first, can we start with my boy, Austin Reeves? Do y'all mind if we have a quick conversation about my boy, Austin Reeves? I know I talked about Vando a couple days ago. Just yesterday, we kind of talked about, Rui Hachimura and, the ability for space and gravity. There is definitely something I need to get off my chest when we talk about my boy, Austin Reeves. And we had a conversation about him just last week because of this whole possible $30 million a year uh, number that is basically over his head by him declining the extension. He looks like he's trying to get paid. Um, I like Austin Reeves' game. Don't get it twisted. I love his heart. I love his intensity. But again, I'm not going to sit here and lie to y'all like he's some type of lockdown defender or he's so much of an asset that he's just untouchable. Austin Reeves get beat on closeouts. He gambles. He loses his man on switches. He's a liability on defense. I'm going to keep saying it and saying it and saying it. But here's the truth, y'all. The Lakers cannot win without his production. That's why I don't want to beat up anybody on this Lakers roster right now because I don't believe that we are fully equipped enough to be able to just lose guys like Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Not have anyone to really replace what they bring to the table and still think that we're going to be competitive or a real chance to win Title 18 because we have Luka and LeBron in uniform. It just does not work like that. Role players definitely help win championships. And getting back to Austin Reeves, when I'm talking specifically about the defense, watch the game tape. He gets picked on night in and night out. Teams hunt Austin Reeves in the pick and roll. They put him on an island and make him move laterally, and that's where he really struggles the most. I don't think it's so much about effort because Austin Reeves is a competitor. He's not a quitter. It's about discipline. He overcommits on closeouts, y'all. He bites on jump fakes. He gets lost ball watching. Like those types of mistakes can kill a team defense. We've seen it firsthand. Because one bad closeout turns into an open three-point shot or something even worse, maybe a rotation that collapses the entire possession. But here's the thing with this whole situation with defense and Austin Reeves, as far as I'm concerned. This is not an unfixable type of situation. Closeout discipline is going to be the key for Austin Reeves. What I mean by that is the footwork, the angles that he can drill. That's repetition. We're not asking Austin Reeves to suddenly become Marcus Smart. He don't have that in him. What we are, or I'm gonna speak for myself. What I'm asking of Austin Reeves is for him to stop gifting shooters wide open looks. I believe that could be a realistic improvement. Austin Reeves to me will never be the guy that's going to be able to sit down in that chair, lock something down, stay in front of somebody, in 94 feet, whatever, 90, however you want to carry it, bro. He is not made up as that type of player. But to me, there are fixes to his game defensively. I just think it's a process. Um, Offensively, I really appreciate what Austin Reeves brings to the table. We've seen Austin Reeves win big games without Luca, without LeBron. He's one of the most important players to me on this roster, period. He's the only role player who can give you 15 to 18 a night consistently while also being a secondary ball handler. The Lakers do not have that luxury, I believe, in any other player on the team. Austin Reeves spaces the floor. He can create his own shot. He gets to the free throw line. And again, that heart, he's not afraid of the moment. You can't just easily replace that. I'm not saying he's untouchable, but you got to be very smart if you're going to go ahead and move these pieces out of LA, because I know I've been hearing people saying trade him, bench him, this, that, and the third. When LeBron James sit down, when Luka Doncic gets doubled, when the offense get kind of like sticky, Austin Reeves is the guy who settles things down. It ain't going to be DeAndre Ayton. It ain't going to be Rui Hachimura. It's Austin Reeves is going to be the guy who's going to have to settle things down when LeBron and Luka kind of gets locked in. That's why I always say we cannot win without his production. And this is where I believe JJ Redick and the coaching staff, y'all, comes into play. You don't hide Austin Reeves. You scheme for Austin Reeves. You put Austin Reeves on the weaker wings. You use Marcus Smart and what's his name, Bronny James, if he get minutes to guard those lead perimeter threats. You let Austin Reeves conserve his energy for offense, but also hold him accountable in these film sessions. Like I said, there are little things that I believe that can be fixed, but it's a process. Don't let Austin Reeves get too big headed. Some are projecting that he is on his way to being an all-star. And at times I agree. But I don't want to say that Austin Reeves needs to be humbled or brought down to reality, but make him study his bad closeouts. Drill it into him until it's like second nature. He's never going to be elite on defense. I'm going to say that again, but he doesn't have to be. He just can't be that whole other team's attack every possession. And that's what we're seeing. He getting bullied by bigger wings. I mean, guys are just running by him. Austin Reeves to me is an X factor. This team needs offensively. The goal, however, is some type of balance. If AR can clean up that one weakness, just improve his discipline a little bit on closeouts and rotations, the Lakers defense as a whole is going to get better. I promise you. Don't tell me that ESPN insiders are right about this team tumbling. We about to get into that story in a second. Because Austin Reeves, if he was to clean up his defense, that shit really could be the difference maker between a first round exit and a Western Conference Finals run. I'm just being so real. So at the end of the day, man, y'all let me know where y'all stand at today with Austin Reeves. Honestly, I want to know. I got a lot of respect for him, but again, he's not untouchable. And I feel like, again, there's a lot of basketball still to be played. He has to work on that defense. And I believe there are little pockets and it can be fixed. So we'll see how that plays out. But I got my fingers crossed that Austin Reeves will find a way, to get things done. What I wanted to talk to y'all about this morning, just give me a second, y'all. What I wanted to talk about this morning was a report that I saw about NBA insiders over ESPN. They voted on a number of biggest questions heading into this upcoming season. And one of the questions that they had was which NBA team will take a tumble? Surprisingly to me, those insiders predicted that our Lakers, y'all, are one of the most likely teams to take a tumble in this upcoming season. Wow. The hate, the continued hate by ESPN when it comes to LeBron, when it comes to the Lakers, is pathetic on so many angles. It's pathetic. And now ESPN is predicting that the Lakers are going to fold. They're actually saying technically the Lakers, they rank the Lakers as the second most team likely to tumble in 2025 behind the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, mind you, last year, the Lakers, if I'm not mistaken, we went 49-33 last year, a top 5 record in the Western Conference. We had a top 10 defense after the All-Star break, holding opponents to under 112 points per game. But yet we are most likely to tumble, the second most team, most likely in the entire NBA out of all 30 teams. This is what ESPN is predicting. If that's a team that is about to tumble, then half of the NBA should be on this damn list. Obviously, these quote unquote ESPN NBA insiders didn't even watch the damn games if you're saying that Los Angeles is about to collapse. Look how many things were addressed in the offseason. I know there wasn't no major power moves, but did we not address the depth problem? Did we not add some veterans? Do we not still have Luca and LeBron? James averaged 26, 8, and 7, I believe, at age 40. Shot 41% from the three-point line. That's his best shooting percentage since playing in the Miami Heat. You look at some of these other guys, y'all, around the NBA. Guys hit 34 years old and they be looking cooked. James is 40 plus and still giving you numbers that 90% of the league can't touch. And yet these insiders talk like he's a retirement home away from, this franchise falling apart, bro. It's crazy. I just don't get it. Marcus Smart, we talk about new additions, with this Lakers team. The dog that we needed. He's a missing piece that we needed. I don't see how they come up with the conclusion that the Lakers are very likely to fall. Everyone talking about Marcus Smart being washed defensively is ridiculous. This is what y'all are missing. Defense is about effort and leadership. And I told you I believe the impact that Marcus Smart is going to have on Bronny's career. Smart ain't scared of Luka, Braun, or anybody else in the purple and gold. We needed a guy who's going to scream at guys in practice, who's going to bark on teammates, who's going to keep people accountable, keep the energy up. If Luka start to jog back, Marcus Smart is that type of guy that's going to put it out there, voice it. He's going to call him out. Was he perfect last year? Hell no, not by a long shot. But to act like Marcus Smart is done, I think that's lazy journalism, number one. He's the exact type of an ugly win player championship rosters need. He's going to be super pivotal. I don't want to rank Marcus Smart on how important he is to the Lakers, but he's going to be very pivotal. Another new player that the Lakers got since ESPN feel like we're most likely to fold this season, DeAndre Ayton. The X factor, nobody trusts at all. Everybody clowning, DeAndre like he's some type of lost cause, but the eye test tell me different. You put him next to Luka, you put him next to LeBron, He's not going to be asked to be that guy. He will have expectations to rebound, get second chance opportunities, run that floor, catch lobs. DeAndre Ayton, y'all, gives you what, 12 boards a night? The Lakers can win 10 more games if all goes well and these guys know they role. Effort is the biggest key. Some people are asking, does DeAndre Ayton finally care? Does he really care? Does he really want to win? I mean, that's what defines this season, not ESPN's lazy predictions. And I believe that the guys that DeAndre Ayton has around him this upcoming season are not only going to hold him accountable, but they're going to give him the support that he didn't have in Portland. Maybe not even in Phoenix. And then the unsung hero of the Lakers, the bench. People are sleeping on the role players of Los Angeles. They always do. And I'm not mad at it because, some of these role players for the Lakers give guys reasons to talk about them. Good, bad, or indifferent. Every year it's the stars. It's the stars. It's Luka, it's LeBron, it's AD. The truth is championships, like I said before, are built off of role players stepping up. Those who watch the game of organized basketball know that as clear as day. The Rui Hachimuras of the world, the Jake LaRavias, the Austin Reeves. One of these dudes is about to become a household name. It never fails when you are making a real run. Guys step up and they make a name for themselves. Go back to 2020 with this team. Y'all remember how Alex Caruso broke out? Remember how Kyle Kuzma had that early spark? The season coming up, somebody off the bench to me is going to force ESPN to eat these words. If the Lakers are healthy and available, there's just no way I can see them or predict them out of 30 teams folding the way that these NBA insiders are projecting. And then we got King James. Let's talk about Braun for a minute. You know what? I'm not even going to speak on Braun. There's no need to even speak on LeBron at this point. It really isn't. No team won the offseason. There was no power moves made in the offseason. Nobody ran away with anything. So for these quote unquote NBA insiders at ESPN, for them to sit around voting on who's falling off like it's some type of damn popularity contest, but the Lakers actually address concerns, it's a joke to me. LA got toughness. We got a little bit of size, and potentially we got some secondary scoring. The upcoming season, y'all, for our Lakers is about two things. And I want to be so clear because when we broke down that schedule, it's a real rough one, especially going into 2026. But this season, y'all, is about two things. Starting off fast to shut everybody up, winning those games that we should be winning. Y'all know every year it seems like the Lakers at the beginning of the year, they be allowing teams who they should beat to get wins, and it come back to harness at the end. We need to start off fast to shut everybody up, but we also need to stay patient enough to let this bench mob grow. When Marcus Smart, DeAndre Ayton hit all cylinders, when some of these other young guys develop, I don't know what's up with Dalton Connect. We still got Gabe Vincent and Jared Vanderbilt, But if Luka and Braun stays healthy, you're looking at a team that ain't falling no damn well. To me, they're climbing. Point blank, period. So this is just another ridiculous, in my opinion, statement from ESPN hating on the Lakers. No objectivity. And, I just think it's bogus. But, this is what you have to expect when you're one of the most polarized, one of the most talked about franchises in sports. It's the gift and the curse. But, at the end of the day, I can't wait. We are what now? Less than 2 months away from opening night versus the Golden State Warriors. This will be a roller coaster ride for the Lakers this year. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that this is a cakewalk. Um, we will win the West. Uh, there's a lot of little things that still needs to be kind of assessed with this team, but I'm not going into training camp feeling frustrated. I'm not going into training camp feeling like the Lakers don't have a chance to do something special. The biggest ability to have in sports is availability. It doesn't matter what they say you can do. If you're not out there dressed up in uniform on the court to actually play, it doesn't matter. So first and foremost for my Lakers, I just want everybody to be healthy. The win's going to come, the loss is going to come, the controversy, it never stops. This is the Lakers. But I am not I'm not I'm not disappointed at how this offseason has looked. And I surely wouldn't say that the Lakers is the second most team to most likely fold this year behind the Milwaukee Bucks. Really? It's crazy. Y'all let me know though at the end of the day what y'all think about this, man. And also, man, give me y'all take on Austin Reeves when we talk about defensive closeouts, because again, I feel like he's never going to be a lockdown defender. We'll never see that. But some of Austin Reeves' defensive struggles are actually fixable. He's going to have to commit. He's going to have to study. And this coaching staff is going to have to hold him accountable. Very much so. Maybe to the point where you kind of disregard what he brings to the table offensively. Not that you take away touches, but potentially the more you praise Austin Reeves about his offense, the more the less he's going to focus on his defensive game. Because the offense is what everybody's talking about. But we need Austin Reeves to be as complete as possible on both ends of the basketball court. I'm Seven Mitchell, y'all. This is Lakers Land. We live again here on Playback. And I'm hoping that the team over at Playback get the game rolled out later on today. Shout out to Cal for MVP in the live chat. Good morning, my G. Salute to you. But y'all let me know at the end of the day what y'all think about Austin Reeves. Defensively, again, he is definitely a liability, but I always tell y'all, man, these things are fixable if he locks in. If JJ Redditt and this crew comes up with a system, implemented, solidified system, I think that Austin Reeves definitely does have a promising career with these Lakers. And I'm going to keep telling y'all sit up there and say Austin Reeves needs to get traded. He doesn't deserve the $30 million. I'm not going to go back and forth about his contract. What I will tell y'all is this: the Lakers will not win anything without Austin Reeves, without Rui Hachimura. Don't talk a hole in my head about Luka and LeBron. We know what those guys bring to the table. If you have watched the game of basketball, you know that role players help teams win championships. The league is so different. You're not winning no title just off of names. That's how I'm coming. Y'all stay safe here on Lakers Land. I'll be live later on this afternoon. Y'all give me your thoughts and your reactions. I'll be back, and y'all be easy.